Is Elon Musk going to usher in an era of utopia? Is everyone going to get everything that they want?
How about a future where you can have any good or service you want?
I just really can't force myself to not talk about this because this is something that Republicans should be raising an eyebrow to. So there was the Tesla address, little speech that Elon Musk gave. It was an hour long. I watched it on stream yesterday for like an hour and I didn't really get to finish it all the way through. I did end up glazing through the rest of it just to kind of see what was going on, and I found some things that I thought were extremely interesting and red flag-ish for like Republican voters and Republican viewpoints. First things first, it's notable to point out that Elon Musk and the MAGA right-wing conspiracy theorists fully believe that there are millions of undocumented immigrants that are suckling on federal funds like SNAP benefits and just Medicaid in general. They talk about things like dismantling Social Security and slashing federal funds for all sorts of different departments, such as the Department of Education. Republicans consistently say that using any form of social service from these social programs that actually help people is just a form of socialism or communism. It's a very prominent talking point with Republicans to say that helping somebody else and the government paying SNAP benefits to families that need food is communism, and that Democrats did that. All the while, Elon Musk has been getting a lot of support from them by, slashing all these waste programs or these fraud programs. And I just wanted to point this out, that he said something at this Tesla little event where he was speaking about how the future, because it is autonomous, is going to be a future where everybody can have everything that they want.
What's the most exciting future that you could possibly imagine? Like, what does that future look like? It's worth thinking about that. Just imagine a future. What does that amazing future look like? How about a future where you can have any good or service you want at will? A future of abundance for all, where really anyone can have anything. It sounds impossible. It sounds like surely such a thing cannot be the case.
This video is about a man who supports a political party who outright believes that people should not have help in receiving their necessities, that people who are actually in need should not receive help from the government because they need to pull themselves up from their bootstraps and just get better jobs. So how the fuck is this guy going to offer everything we ever want? How could you offer things that we want when we don't even have what we need?
But what I'm here to tell you is that will indeed be the case. That the future we're headed for is one where you can literally just have anything you want. Like, if there's a good or service you want, you'll be able to have it, and ultimately everyone in the world will be able to have anything they want. What's key to that is robotics and AI.
And he proceeds to explain this by basically saying that robots and AI are going to be replacing all of our jobs. They're going to be doing everything for you without acknowledging the fact that resources are finite, without acknowledging the fact that there would be economic consequences. Where are we going to be getting our money from if robots are doing all of our jobs for us? How are we going to be affording the robots?
So once you have self-driving cars and you have autonomous humanoid robots, where everyone can have their own personal C-3PO and R2-D2, but even better than that, that's Optimus. You can imagine like your own personal robot buddy that is a great friend, but also takes care of your house. We'll clean your house, we'll mow the lawn, we'll walk the dog, we'll teach your kids, we'll babysit, and we'll also enable the production of goods and services basically with no limit.
He just says we're going to have everything that we want, but our retirement fund that people have been paying into, it's their money that they've been paying into, is an entitlement. So from all the things that he said, at least he has a very good fundamental grasp, either from just his own ideas of wanting to be the idea guy in Tesla and in SpaceX, versus also that he has a ton of employees and very intelligent people that have been working for him. He's basically just the idea guy with money. He's Frank Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's literally just the guy with the ideas. He's Danny DeVito. That's exactly how I view him. I don't see him as some kind of incredible genius. I don't think he even really has like a good general education. It doesn't seem like he has any kind of grasp on anything besides what he's obsessed over.
So that's, I think, is the future that we want. A future where nobody's in need. You can have what you want, and we still have nature. We still have, the beautiful parts of nature that we like. I think that's probably the best future. What other future would you want? I think that's like the cool future. And also space travel, let's not forget that. So if you can have basically anything you want and travel to space and go to Mars, and that's about as good as it gets.
Overall, what I really wanted to just talk about today with this whole thing is you can have anything that you want. Republicans, when people come out and they say that we should all have health care, we should all have food, we should all have our own housing, there shouldn't be people who are needy, right? You guys are the first ones to turn around and say that that is socialism and that there are economic consequences to that socialism. But when Elon says it, crickets. Absolute crickets, because he's going to be doing it with robots and AI. Because Optimus is just going to somehow whip up all the resources that we need, right? This is a classic example of do as I say, but not as I do. And I don't know why people aren't talking about it. Like, it's so blatant, it's so open, it's so transparent that he does not like other people helping other people, but he wants to be the hero who claims that he is going to be the one to usher in a future where everybody can have 80 good or service that they want. And that is so naive of a promise. That is such an unbelievably naive promise for gullible people to suckle the teats on. It does not make any sense to assume that everybody is going to have whatever they want. When our basic necessities have been dwindling, 60% of Americans have been living paycheck to paycheck. If you talk to any American, see if they're satisfied with the healthcare system or with education, you find out very quickly that people are afraid to go to hospitals. People are afraid to ride in ambulances because they're like fucking $800 Ubers. People are afraid to go get checked. The wealthiest, like top 10% of people in this country, all the way up to the wealthiest top 1%, on average, are living 7 years longer than everybody else because they have the money to pay for the services to have medical treatment. There is a dystopian wage gap in income inequality from price gouging of corporate billionaires and corporate directors, a board of directors, and all these different companies that are poisoning you. There's so many problems that are stemming through the economic cancer that is our corporate systems, our bureaucratic corporate systems that are cancerously embedded and growing, has been growing over the last multiple decades, like 20 years. These corporations have been absolutely seething in and taking control of all private enterprise and government. I wanted to rant today. Billionaire oligarchs are not going to help you. Donald Trump is out for his own ass. He's trying to save himself. Elon Musk is like Kinemon from One Piece. He just made a plan and suddenly it worked. Elon Musk looks like he has absolutely no clue what he's gotten into, even though the fucking public, all social medias and everything has been blatantly blasting him for various numerous things that he barely addresses or ever talks about. Even though he spends like almost all of his time on X whether because of his Neuralink and he's just thinking thoughts and, in posting from his thoughts, cool, right? But he still has to be involved in the marketing and the just mainstream understanding of what social media entails and how it operates, right? You have to be able to see, know what algorithms are and know what's trending, right? You have to be aware of that, at least. Is Elon Musk going to usher in an era of utopia? Is everyone going to get everything that they want? He didn't say that you're going to work for it. He said you will have what you want at will. That was the quote that he said. At will. Didn't say work for it. He didn't say you have to put in your hours and get money and you have to pay for it. He just says everybody is going to have what they want. And that is the most, in my opinion, left-leaning socialist perspective. But he has the undying loyalty and support of MAGA loyalists who think that Elon is going to fix the world by hurting people, slashing programs, firing people, rehiring people, whiteout, which I didn't know that you could do.
I see some dreams will never look back. When treasure tales would fall on track. I feel screwed